Imagine a world where every creature you encounter can be your ally or your downfall. Welcome to Astra Bestiary, a new turn-based RPG that challenges you to master the art of beast mastery. I'm Big Al, and today we're diving into the demo of Astra Bestiary, a creature collecting RPG that combines exploration, strategy, a touch of mystery, and who else even knows since it's just the demo. So let's see what this game has to offer. Developed and published by Bicho Feo, hopefully I got that name right, Astra Bestiary is set to release in 2026. The game invites players to explore the wilderness, hatch and raise unique beasts, and engage in turn-based battles. Players really are going to have to aim to complete the bestiary and uncover the secrets of a lost civilization through ancient dungeons, trials, and all the little nooks and crannies are inside the world that you're going to have to find. So let's just get down to why we're really here. Let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is broken down into a few different types of systems and styles. The number one thing is creature collecting. You are given a starter beast, like kind of just like in Pokemon, you always get a starter beast. And then from there, in order to get other beasts and find other beasts, you just have to find them in the wild, picking up eggs and then hatching them at your campsite. That's something else I want to talk about is the campsite. The campsite is really interesting and really unique. It's something I haven't seen in a while. Coming from like the PlayStation 1 era of having a campsite where you could train your beast there, talk to them, feed them, literally pet them, and just boost them up to the point where it's, oh hey, they can evolve from this. And that's really like a main point for me. And I absolutely loved it how, oh, after like a long battle, we can go back to the camp, rest up, give them their favorite food, and they just start loving you even more. And also resting there, instead of having to go back to town to rest, just pull up a campsite, rest there, and that's really it. So let's talk about the turn-based combat itself. The battle system is really interesting. It's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, but with an added extra element. It's like rock, paper, scissors, then with a gun. So each of the attributes and each of like the specific skills that they have fall under a wider range of abilities, so like ferocity, tenacity, cunning, and things like that. And each of them have their own subset of skills, but they don't just do damage or status effects or boost you up. Whenever you use like a ferocity ability, for example, and it's going up against another ability, there will be a clash. So if like a deadlock, you could say. So if the monster's attacking your monster and that monster was also targeting that monster, they'll go to the middle of the arena and just battle it out. Sometimes they'll get an extra turn while they battle, but they will dish out some damage to each other regardless of what it is, and either do a status effect depending on what you're using, like a cunning ability, get extra defense, they're using like tenacity, or do extra damage if they're doing ferocity. But there's also an added element where you could either tie, win that clash, or lose that clash. Losing that clash usually means you'll take more damage, you'll get a status effect on you, and winning it usually means you do more damage or give them a status effect or gain defense for the next battle or the next turn, you can say. And things like that play really interesting. And you could also tie, which, you know, kind of just a stalemate. You still do damage, but nothing happens. And it's just really interesting how they break it down. And it really drove me to just playing nonstop. I played for about 3 hours just for the gameplay loop itself and wanting to see my beast evolve. And that happens a lot. And in the demo, I didn't anticipate them to evolve at all, but then it happened to the second creature that I caught through, you know, just growing him through his egg, basically, like incubating him and hatching him. And then I basically got like a dog, like a hellhound, and I evolved them 3 times, like fully to like their 3rd evolution, and they look so cool. It was incredible. I got like the little Leviathan one, and it turned into this absolute monster of a beast, just absolute a monster of a beast. And it was just insane to me, and their abilities get stronger, and you just grow, and you have this relationship with them that you really do feel since they're interacting with you too. So going from there, let's talk about the exploration. I loved the exploration in this game. It's really challenging to get around, and there's tons of beasts, there's tons of water, there's tons of different elements to get through, and it never felt like you were held back from exploring. So I picked up the water creature as my starting beast, and I could traverse water through there, just like toggling it on. So I didn't have to walk around this whole expansive place. I could just go straight through the water, easy. And then some other beasts you can mount them because they get big enough to just mount, and then you are cruising through these lands. You are moving so fast, it doesn't even matter. You're just like, oh yeah, look, you could run past them. Usually you're not going to outrun the beast, but when you're mounted on a beast, you're cruising. So, and that leads to another thing where it feels good to get through it. And then other beasts will have their own abilities that tie into their own battle system as well that you can use outside of combat, where, oh, using a shriek will call more beasts to you. You could have acid on yourself that'll like push them away, make you stink, things like that. And it's like, wow, this game has so many different little intricacies, so many different little mechanics on just exploration itself and how you interact with these beasts and how you really just break down just who they are. And some beasts are about that, some beasts aren't about that. But then when night falls, that's when you get like the Eldritch horrors that start coming out, and they will beat you down, but it's fun. It's really rewarding. I know my Hellhound would get his ass beat half the time when we're battling at night. He's just not as strong, and that's okay because we're building him up. They don't really have levels. They kind of just get stat increases as they go. And if you train them on their specific stats, they will learn new abilities. They will get so much stronger. And that's something that it took me a little while, about like an hour in, realizing like, oh, hey, when I train them in their specific talent, they get so much stronger. They get so many different new abilities, and then they even evolve. And again, the evolutions are so much fun. The amount of passion and heart that you can see in this it's intense. And the game reminds me of like the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color era of games where it's, like 16-bit style, like 8-bit style, 32-bit, all those things. And it's like, wow, this is like a really, really good creature collector that isn't afraid to shy away from adding new elements. And I think that's something that where like Pokemon fails at, where they've stuck with the same formula and it works, but they're not evolving it, no pun intended. But they're really evolving that like rock, paper, scissors formula in the sense of like these elements and how they play to each of the beasts in themselves and how they interact with you, even like their favorite foods and growing with them, and even having like their lifespan with them as they get older, they're getting stronger. And that's something I really, really enjoyed and I really want to highlight. So personally, I just have to share my thoughts. This game is incredible. I absolutely love this game's art style, the creature design, the depth of the Beastiary system is intense. It tells you everything about it. The UI is a ton of fun. It's really straightforward, to the point. They explain everything to you. You really not a lot of things are led to question. My one issue though was just the environment itself and navigating, and I wish there was like a quest log and just saying, oh hey, or like a bigger map, like, oh hey, this is where you kind of have to, like the general area where you have to go, not like directly pointing me to where I have to go. But at one point, and I reached the end, I was just like a little lost. I'm like, oh yeah, where do I go? Like I'm still battling, but once you get to that desert area, it is like a swarm of just monsters coming after you. The terrain is literally killing you. Things are poisoning you. You're getting warped in different areas. And it was a little overwhelming, but it was still a lot of fun to just conquer that beast. And I think it would be a lot easier if I had different types of monsters that would help navigate me, because I was just riding around a monster, like trying to navigate and, beat this area. But again, that's just my one gripe with it. But overall, it was an incredible experience. It was truly like, I can't mention it enough. And, my final thought on it is that Astra Bestiary offers a fresh take on the creature collecting genre, blending strategic combat with an intriguing world to explore. Like, it's really, really intense. It's really intriguing, and it's for everyone. If you're a fan of games like Pokemon or Digimon, this might be right up your alley. However, be prepared for some of the quirks that I was mentioning. And it might not be for everyone, even though it's made for everyone, if that makes any sense. Because it's still in early access. It's still, a tough experience. And some of these battles are very, very difficult. They will, if you aren't like evolved enough, if you don't have the right skills, they will beat you down, these monsters. And especially when it's like a 3v3, woo-wee, you better have some battles with you. You better have some, veterancy. I don't even know how to describe it. But that's really all I have to say. And again, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys coming to this video and checking out this game. And if you have tried Astra Bestiary, let me know below. Share your thoughts. I'm really interested. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon for more indie game reviews, demos, turn-based games, and gameplay breakdowns. But stay tuned for my next video, where I'll be exploring another upcoming indie RPG. Well, not upcoming, it actually just released. So, get ready for that one, guys. I'm Big Al, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! This is it! This is it! What Eldritch horror are you turning into now, my main fucking beast? What Eldritch being? Holy shit. Oh my god, bro. Tyrant. Keep that thing in your goddamn mouth. Jesus Christ.